Hey, what's up? I wanted to share with you a little bit about um, change as we see what's going on in the world today. This whole COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic that we are experiencing not only in the US but across the world. Uh, what I find fascinating about all of the change, because I've just been sitting back and kind of watching how people are responding, how people are reacting to what we're seeing, what we're hearing, and what's going on around us. And what's been interesting to me is that uh, the 4 stages of transition that's been identified when we go through change, how it's playing out in our lives. And so those 4 stages are acknowledging, reacting, investigating, and implementing. Acknowledging is hearing what's been said, hearing that some change is happening or has happened, and then taking that information in and acknowledging, yes, I heard it, and so what? Or I heard it, what do we do? The so what, by the way, is cognitive denial, where you hear that something is changing or something has happened and you pretend like nothing was ever said. Most of us, though, we hear what's been said and we acknowledge that, yes, I heard that. Then we move into reacting, which is denial in some cases. No, that can't be true. What I just heard cannot be true. This isn't making sense. Why would this happen? We go into denial, where some others of us are fearful, or we're just downright angry. How did this happen? Why is this happening? And so we begin to react. And of course, there are just a slew of emotion that people go through when changes are happening that they have no control over, and there's nothing they can do about it. So that's reacting. And I believe that most of us have come into that stage and have even moved out of that stage. And so what do I mean by that? So, we've gone into this stage of reacting, and you saw the people who were panic buying and people who were hoarding items that we never thought even to hoard, like toilet paper and sanitizer. You cannot find that anywhere in the grocery store, in the stores. Trust me, I know. I have been trying for 3 weeks now to buy toilet paper and cannot find it anywhere. So we've panicked, purchased, we're starting to hoard. And here's what I've noticed. People who don't normally hoard are now hoarding because they're trying to replenish their stock before the hoarders come back in and take over, take up all the product. And so I think that's a whole nother interesting phenomenon. But then we move from reacting into investigating. And that is, okay, I may still be angry and I may even still be a little afraid, but not so much that it's paralyzed me. And so I can now move into this. So what does all of this mean? What does it mean for me? If I lost a job or I'm losing a business, I lost employees, I had to change my way of thinking about how employees work, because there's so many of you leaders out there who are just completely old school and don't think that your employees should work from home. Well, now you've had no choice but to let employees work from home. And so things are changing around us, and we are now saying, what does this all mean for me? What does it mean for my family? What do I need to be thinking about next? Do I need to be thinking about anything next? And so we're asking these really good questions, and rightfully so. Now, here's the thing about the 2 stages of reacting and investigating, is that the more information we get, the more likely we are to go back to reacting, because the more information you know, the more likely that is to anger you all over again or create fear all over again. So that, we're going to oscillate between reacting and investigating for a long time. We find out that, at first we were just working from home, and then we were without a job. That creates a whole nother level of reacting and investigating. We haven't moved into implementation yet because we don't know where we are. Most companies don't know where we stand. We don't know where we're headed. We haven't created a new normal. We haven't even created the boundaries for a new normal yet. And so I will talk about that when we finally get there. But I do believe that most of us are between reacting and investigating. Just such an interesting time right now. I will say this for you leaders. I want you to stop for a moment and think about and understand how you're feeling currently. Think about the anger, the fear that you felt and that you've been feeling for the last few weeks. And understand that when you decide to take your organization through changes, that your employees feel the same way that you're feeling right now. The more information you get, the better you feel. Even if you don't like what you're hearing, the more information you have, the better you're able to make informed decisions. Same with employees. The more information they have, the better they're able to, or the quicker they're able to move into this implementation stage. And that's really what we want. We want to get to this implementation phase where we say, okay, here's the new normal. Let's move. Let's do what we need to do to make this happen so that we can get back into just a regular routine. And that's what you want for your organizations. So feel what you're feeling. Understand what you're feeling, become aware of how you're feeling and what you're feeling, and know that your employees are feeling the exact same way when you go through organizational change. And so I just, I just find all of this very interesting as a change leader, and I just thought that I would share. So, be safe. Please stay at home. I cannot say that enough. Stay at home so that we can get to the implementation phase and we can get to our new normal so that we can get back to regular routines. Okay? Take care.